Hey everyone, this is Lindsay, lead trainer with HowDoI5.com. Today we're going to answer the question, how do I add an RSS feed to my social networking profiles? Well, the first thing that we're going to talk about is why we would want to do this. And what's an RSS feed? Well, first of all, an RSS feed is basically a feed of updates that you get from another website, whether it's someone else's blog or someone else's web page. You're basically subscribing to updates. Every time they update new content, you'll be alerted via the feed, and normally the feed will produce sort of the title and a brief, one or two paragraphs, sometimes even only a few sentences, as an intro to the content that's been updated to that site. And then, of course, you have the option to click to read more and go to that site. A lot of people use Google Reader, and that's what we're going to use today. We're going to use Google Reader combined with Hootsuite, a free social media management application, to add a feed to our social networking profiles. So let's get started. The first thing that we're going to do is we are going to find a feed to subscribe to. So we're going to click Add a Subscription in the upper left-hand corner. Here you have the option to enter in a feed URL that you might already know, or you can just type in a search term around a topic. So let's try small business and click Add. A few results will pop up in your main box. So you see here we have options for all of these different feeds that are talking about small business. Now, what should you look for when selecting a feed? You want something that is popular, something that a lot of people are subscribing to. It's a good indication that it's a quality site. It's something that people like. It's something that's of value. Generally, something that has very few subscribers, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad content, but it might be very new. And sometimes things that are very new don't post very often, or it might be that they're posting too often and it's annoying to people, so people are unsubscribing to it. So the thing is, when you select a feed, you want something that's of quality, you want something that is somewhat popular, and you want something that's going to post as often as you need it to. So you see here, we're looking at the first one. It's the small business news for small business trends. It is saying that it's posting 19.1 times per week. That's a good number. You want to find something that's going to post anywhere between, let's say, 14 and 30 times a week, so that you at least get, 2 updates a day out of this. Anything that's posting excessively might end up being annoying to your subscribers. Anything that is not posting often enough may be just a waste of time. So, look at how many posts per week, look at the number of subscribers, and then finally look at the content. You absolutely have to look at the content that's going out on that feed, because even though these may not be affiliates per se, it does represent you. What you choose to send out to the public represents you. So you need to make sure that it's something of value and something of quality and something that reflects upon you well. So let's click the first one. Just click on the title to get a quick look at the feeds that are going out. Now it's going to show us the last few feeds. We see just 3 minutes ago there was a post about Google testing Groupon clone for small businesses. It looks like Google offers, which is basically something new that's going to be coming out. And then we keep going down. There's small business news about best practices. And all of this looks good. These are quality posts. They look like they have some good information in it. Women's Business and Leadership Conference event. It's not junk. It's not just photos. It's not just advertisements. This is a quality feed. So we're going to subscribe to this feed. Now, once we've subscribed to the feed, we're going to have this option to show some more details in the upper right-hand corner. We're going to click Show Details, and we'll see a graph here, and it's sort of graphing how often the posts are going out and how often they've been read. What we really want out of this is the actual feed URL. So we're going to highlight this feed URL, and you can either hit Control-C to copy it or right-click and copy. And now we're going to move to Hootsuite. Hootsuite is a free social media management application. If you don't have a Hootsuite account set up, just go ahead and click Sign Up Now. You're going to have two options. You have the Pro option that's only $5.99 a month, which will give you unlimited social networks, unlimited RSS and Atom feeds, and unlimited stats history. Or you can get the basic free version, which will give you 5 social networks, 2 RSS feeds, and 30 days of stat history. We already have an account set up. If you don't have an account set up, just go ahead and sign up. It's very quick and easy. Follow the prompts. And once you log in for the first time, I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so once you log into Hootsuite, you're going to be prompted to add a social network. And for this example, we're going to use Twitter. So we're going to click here to add a social network. And we're going to use Twitter. Twitter's the first one at the top. And I'm going to go ahead and say connect with Twitter. Of course, it's going to redirect you to Twitter. It's going to give you the, do you want to allow this application to access your Twitter account message? And we're going to say yes, allow Hootsuite access. Now, once all of that goes through and it returns you to the Hootsuite application, it's going to start to load your information. So you'll see here that now all of our feeds have come in. Our home feed, our mentions, our direct messages, and any pending tweets. Hootsuite also allows you to schedule out messages. That's one of the main features of it. But today what we're going to do is we're going to add an RSS feed. So we're going to come back here. We're going to click on the owl, which is sort of your main menu. And we're going to scroll down to Settings, and then RSS/Atom. And then it says, have an RSS feed, click Add New Feed. So we're going to click and we're going to say Add New Feed. And now we're going to paste in that feed that we got from Google Reader. We're going to set some of these options. So check this feed for new posts every 24 hours. We might want it to check a little bit more often than that. So let's say every 3 hours checked for a new feed, and then you can choose if you want it to only post one at a time. Let's say within that 3 hour or that 6 hour span there have been 8 updates. You might not want to spit out all 8 at once. You might just want to do 1 at a time or 2 at a time. So we'll set this at 1 at a time, and you can check to include some of the post text with each tweet message. And this is really good because otherwise it's just going to spit out a title. But it's good to spit out a title and also back it up with a little bit of an intro, or as much as Twitter will allow or as much as Facebook will allow you to post, and add that there. And then you can select a prepend for the feed. So you could say new blog post here, or new news update here, or whatever you want to use. And then you can shorten the URLs, of course, with Owly is basically Hootsuite's version. It's kind of like Bitly, except it's for Hootsuite and it stays within this application. So we have all of this set the way that we want. We're just going to click Save Feed. And then once you hit Save Feed, you're going to have to, we're going to have to choose the social networking profile that we want to post to it. So this is a very cool option because you can set up your Facebook, your Twitter. You can set up multiple Twitter accounts, multiple Facebook accounts, but you don't necessarily have to post your RSS feed to all of them. So you can select here from the bottom. Of course, we only have one account set up in here right now, so when you click it, it gives you the little green check, and then we hit Save Feed. And so now that postings for that feed are going to go out every 3 hours, or it's going to check that feed for updates every 3 hours. At any given time, we can always come back into our settings. We can pause the feed if we, maybe we're going on vacation, maybe we're on hiatus and you sort of want to shut down your social media accounts, but you don't want to delete them. You can always pause the feed, start it up later on. It's a very, very cool option. And so that's how you add an RSS feed to your social networking profiles. If you have any other questions about working your social media accounts or how to use some of these advanced Google tools, send us a question at www.howdoi5.com.